Welcome back to BawseCrew.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
Oh, feels like long time no see, and it's only been
I
a week.
know. I know.
Where does
There
the
was
time
four,
go?
there was four. Now it's two.
Okay. And then there were two. So
uh,
tonight, guys, we're gonna keep it very straightforward because one of the things that we were discussing is we discussed briefly in our previous videos of what kind of certifications to focus on.
uh,
And one of the things that we've all kind of struggled with is what
yep.
to do,
Yeah.
which way to go, what path to take.
Um,
And I think it would do us lots and lots of good to just speak to this. Because
sure.
everyone's going to tell you something different. Again, everyone has a different viewpoint. But if you have a goal in mind on what you want to pursue, go look up what certifications you need
Yes.
for
Yes.
that.
For that role.
Specialize in something specific.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
for example, my goal is pen tester. So, I'm going to look up all pen testing certifications. I am going to know the ins, the outs, the crookeds, the straights, whatever of pen testing and get
Fantastic. Yeah.
all those certifications
Sure.
because specialized certs are what kind of help you stand out. Not to say that you shouldn't get Network Plus or A Plus or whichever other one, but on top of it, if you had some specialized certifications, it will add a little bit of
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
what are your
interesting, Vivi,
thoughts?
because this is I think one of the this area and probably for the four of us is where we have found ourselves sort of at a crossroads, right? Because
Mhm.
we all came into this and with in mind, this is what I want to do, right? So I'm gonna go
Mhm.
pursue that. And we've all probably heard, well, you probably should be doing this, cert. Oh, you should probably do this, cert. Well, go get that,
Mhm.
cert. Well, go to that place, that organization, because they're the leader in the field, and get their certs, and then go get the.
Mhm.
So we're almost being told to kind of grab like a good five certs before we landed our first
Mhm.
job.
Mhm.
And I think people watching us tonight will probably say, "But those certs cost money, right? Because as you go
Yeah,
up,
they
the
do.
prices on those certs go up.
They
We
get
talking
pricey.
500, $600 for a certification.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm.
so carving out a path is definitely idea. And like you said, maybe going to look at the specification that you are interested in and maybe go backwards. Okay, so what certs do most people in this field have? And
Mhm.
maybe lay out one or two. Now,
Mhm.
once you have an idea of that, your next question should be, how do I get into this space? Because
Mhm.
one of the things that I found is that so my path I'm looking at is a security analyst. I want to
Mhm.
work within the SOC, and as you work SOC, there are levels. Level one, SOC tier one, two, and three. And one of the things I found as well in that space, and talking with people is that you may not come in and be technical on day one
Mhm.
or day two. It may be a
Exactly.
while before you hit the technical
Yeah.
aspect. You just may be uh, pulling packets. You may just be looking for any abnormalities coming in,
Mhm.
and you may never touch technicality. But
Mhm.
I think a lot of us get into this because we want that. We want to touch that technicality, right?
Yeah. Right.
So
Right.
um, we discussed this in I think maybe last week's video, which was IT help desk. Those are some great entry levels um, that will help you gain some technical experience, kind of keeping your feet wet,
Mhm.
keeping you abreast of your technical skills, and
Mhm.
then help you to probably better leverage into one of your specifications. So my thoughts are definitely to identify what search you need. Um, you may need to ask how somebody who may be coming into this field, what's the likelihood of me landing a role in this field? Or
Mhm.
should I start at another point and then make a lateral movement into this field? And you may be only
Mhm.
looking at about 6 months, maybe 12 months working in one place before you do a lateral
Mhm.
move. I think for myself as a security analyst, I think working as an IT specialist, which is troubleshooting, um, helping to uh, probably wean off any bad actors, phishing
Mhm.
scams and things like that. That sort of gives me
Mhm.
some technical experience as well before I do a lateral movement into a SOC role, as well as picking up maybe some smaller specialty certs, maybe something in Azure, right? Becoming
Mhm.
more knowledgeable, more competent in that space right there. Like you said, then maybe picking up a network plus because again, knowing how
Mhm.
networks are built, how they're working, what do I need to do to to secure them? These are things that a SOC analyst will need to do. So, but yeah, I would definitely say find out what certs you need, find out how you can get into that space and don't be afraid to have to, to take another step back and go a different route. It's something maybe unconventional to help you lateral into this space, because there are so many different ways to get to that landing spot which you were trying to get into. I think to say that most people walk into the role is probably I don't know. I don't I haven't really spoken to too many people that have walked into the role that they're currently in. Most people have said
Mhm.
that they started somewhere else and then they moved over here.
Mhm.
So I think that's something you person is going to have to be ready to do as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's one of those, earn your keep type deals. You
Yeah,
have
there you
to
go.
you have
There
to
you
you
go.
have to put in the time elsewhere. No matter what field you're in, you have to start out somewhere to get to a higher place or the place that you want to be at. And it's a lot of patience and it's a lot of hard work. But
Right.
both can be attained as long as you're consistent with what you're doing. You can't say, okay, this week I studied, so next week I can just take a break, or last week I studied, so this week I don't need to do that. Or, there's no such thing as knowing everything in this field.
Right.
So forever learning, forever growing, and being ready to just get any certifications because
Oh yeah.
that's one of the things that, will kind of make or break if your resume even gets picked up because that's the other part of it right now is you have to have the specific skills of making a resume so that AI doesn't just filter it out. You have to have keywords in there. You have to
Oh
have
yeah. Oh yes.
specific points from the job description inside of your resume, which will then help it get picked up and not thrown away by AI. Because that's where it's at right now. Is there's not a human looking at it right off the back. There's not. It's literally a AI, a bot, artificial intelligence looking at it, filtering through certain things, and then saying, all right, here's the 10 that did make it, here's the 20 that did not. And it's just looking for keywords. They set it separately, differently. And so that's why don't focus on every single certification because there's a lot you can get for every single job. But look at the highest procured certifications by people in the field and kind of work off of that.
Yes, yes, for sure. And again, I just want to reiterate, um, I think most people probably taking some form of unconventional route to land to where they landed at in this space. Is probably the amount of people that might have landed where they are now directly from any form of training in this or school is probably a small amount. I think most people
Mhm.
that are in this field will probably tell you they had to go an unconventional route.
Mhm.
Um, and I think I was saying this, we were saying, I was talking about this offline a week ago, which was if I knew uh, my path would have been um, IT or help desk, I would have focused on that early on.
Mhm.
And but I didn't. You know, I had to learn, I had to understand. Was it still I knew where I wanted to be, but I didn't know that roadmap. And until learning that and understanding. And so now I'm sort of, I want to say sort of, I now have a roadmap laid out
Mhm.
on the directions I need to go. So again, I just want to reiterate to people, don't be afraid to take an unconventional route.
Mhm.
Maybe again, Microsoft is not paying us to mention this, but I would say um, um, learning Azure, doing the
Mhm.
Microsoft. Microsoft has a lot of free classes that you can pick up and learn a lot of their tools. But a lot of companies use Microsoft. They
Mhm.
use Microsoft to offset and to run a lot of admin things through their company. So if you learn how to do that, that's an entry spot. Again, every step is
Yep.
about where do you get in that? And
Mhm.
once you are in the door, you can lateral move any direction that you want to go. You
Mhm.
decide you want to go into cloud, get in somewhere, then lateral movement into cloud. You want to do networking, again, get in, lateral move into network. Pen
Mhm.
testing, you got to get in somewhere, and then you can start, boom, start attacking wherever you are. Getting those contracts set up and being, running your own business. Again, there is
Mhm.
just there's so many avenues to take, but you have to get
Yeah.
in. It's like coming to that roundabout first, going through the roundabout and trying to figure out, okay, where do I get off? Do I get off the first, second, the third, the fourth, or the fifth, which you find yourself going back out probably.
Mhm.
Anybody have been up in Massachusetts know they love their roundabouts up there.
Mhm. Okay.
But yeah, I think
Uh.
cybersecurity is like a roundabout. You have to
Mhm.
know when to get in and when to get off to take you down your
Mhm.
road to the directions. So people, I
Mhm.
would say, don't be discouraged. When you finish and you come out and you're trying to figure out that roadmap, do not get discouraged. Ask the question, how do I get in now? I have the
Mhm.
skill, I have these tools. How do I get in? How do I get into the
Mhm.
place that I want to go into? Okay. And again, don't be afraid to take that unconventional route.
Mhm. For sure, for sure. And I just wanted to add real quick that it's okay to take the path less traveled because in
Mhm.
today's day and age, that that gets you to the goal in a way that you can understand. And I say that because there's so much in this field, there's so much in this space that it's hard to digest sometimes. And in order to digest some of the things, you have to kind of sit in it. You have to let it kind of marinate with you, and you're not going to retain everything. And I like to always give the example, if you like to do what's it called when you're throwing the little, oh my goodness, why can't I not, oh, I've got fog brain. If you're throwing a needle in a haystack, you're never going to find the needle. But if you're
Right.
throwing the needle, in a pile of needles, you're going to find it. You're going to get hurt finding it, but you're going to find it.
Right.
So the moral behind that story is shoot for your goals, not other people's goals,
You
and
go.
go into the path where you're comfortable. Because if you're if but hold on, where you're comfortable, but don't get comfortable
Well,
there.
yeah.
Okay? You have to be comfortable to start, but you're going to get uncomfortable to progress.
Yeah.
And don't get stuck in that. Don't get stuck in that place because it's too easy these days to just be so comfortable that you don't want anything more, or you're okay with staying where you're at. And where's the growth in that? Where's the I guess that's my adventure side speaking, because I can't stay in one place forever. I like to learn new things. I always want to be on my toes. Like, I think ADHD is part of it. I'm not diagnosed, but it's like, oh, piece of candy. Oh, I gotta go. And so it's a lot. It's a lot in this field. So with everything that's been said and done, if you take nothing from this video, just pick a path that you want. Look at what your goals need to be certification wise, and pick a couple of those from the list that most people have gotten or have that are in that field. And that will bring you to a great starting point. And it's okay to start at the bottom, because you're going to start at the bottom to get to the top.
Right.
Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither was the Great Wall of China. Nothing great was built in a day. Actually, I don't think anything can be built in a day, unless you're talking Legos.
Because
Even then, I mean, there's some projects out there. There's some projects. I think my sister's boyfriend built this for me. I got this nice little server, and it took him
oh, that's
like
cool.
30 minutes. These little things come out, isn't it? So look at
That's
that.
cool.
And it's got
That's cool.
it's got little
That's
so
cool.
the little things. The little things. But yeah, I can't speak too much. I got strapped, so I need to like relax my voice. If you have anything else to add, Taiwo?
No, I think that's it. I think we said it all, Bendy. Again, the unconventional route, um, don't be afraid to be uncomfortable. When you find comfort, don't be afraid to be uncomfortable. I think that's one of the things in this field is being uncomfortable is what keeps
Mhm.
people going and keeps them motivated. So
Mhm.
again, take your time, figure out the path, find the path, and if the path seems like it's very challenging, find out how you can take an unconventional route. Don't be afraid to pivot in and out of this space until you land where you want to be at.
Mhm. That's perfect. I
That's
love
it.
it. Yep. So, yeah, guys, go out there and live your best lives and get into this field in the most unconventional, conventional way possible. Build your own path with your own skills, and don't be afraid to get uncomfortable. This is
All right.
BawseCrew signing out.
Peace.
Bye.